It's the Mac Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. 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 It's the Mac Man Morning Show.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
I am Pam Ghostin, owner and creator of Candle Dessert Lounge, Mississippi's finest dessert and drink candles that are hand poured right here in DeSoto County. Our motto is dessert and drinks, 0 calories. We strive to create a vivid imagination of the delicious gourmet desserts and tropical drinks by offering a sweet and zesty vibe with an experience that ignites both your taste buds and sense of creativity. We also do candle making parties, whether it's for a private party, birthdays, anniversary, bachelor or bachelorette parties, business team building. We can do a party for any occasion. For more information, call 662-460-5035. Also, check out our website at candledessertlounge.bigcartel.com. If you're looking for those one-of-a-kind gifts, our candles are perfect for you.
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And Grand Rising, great day, Grand Rising, great day to all of you. This is the Mac Man Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is 10 o'clock on the East Coast right here on Mac Media 3 Productions, Hot Talk Radio and Television. Broadcasting Network International to all of our friends here in the United States and outside of the United States and various countries around the world. We like to welcome all of our wonderful affiliates, those that are in different countries from Saudi Arabia, from Europe. We're even talking about Asia and various parts of the world, our affiliates. We'd like to say good morning from the United States of America. Over in the Central Time Zone, it is 9:07, 7 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock on the second day of February, a brand new year, a brand new start. And we're just grateful to everybody for being here. As you see on the screen, Lamont gone to see Elizabeth. The Damon, or I forgot, I didn't even know his name. He was the actual Grady Wilson. He's Grady Damon Wilson. Y'all remember Grady Wilson? Fred's friend? Everybody know Grady's a great. Everybody seen Sanford and Son know Grady. Well, that was Grady's name. He was Grady. Grady Lamont Sanford. That was the name he was given because Fred said that he named Lamont after his friend Grady. But we didn't know that Damon Wilson, he was really Grady Damon Wilson. That's who he was. Well, Lamont's gone, y'all, and he passed away on the 30th. We're praying for his family and for all of the fans all over the world that kind of threw us a little bit. But may God bless his spirit wherever he may be. And I know that the reruns are going to be shown. Lamont was a very, very important part of that show as a father and son. I mean, they really had something going. And isn't that something in entertainment, how Sanford and Son, the Jeffersons, and Good Times, and the Cosby Show were historic programs and historic shows that carried networks on. See, we know that once we get a part of it, whether it's athletics or entertainment or whatever we put our hands to do, we do it with greatness. And that should let us know that all that time he was in ministry. After he left television, he started his ministry. Got a wonderful family. Held on to things that he had. He did, his status, but he tried his best to break away. A trained actor, trained in New York. He was an Army veteran. Served in Vietnam before he started his career. The first time I seen Damon Wilson was on All in the Family. And he was one of the crooks that was, when the lights went out, they went to go see Mr. Bunker. And they were going to take all this stuff from him. But the man y'all remember when Edith, it was a special little something she was saving for. And she said, oh, no, you can't take the teapot money. And the crooks gave the teapot money back. But Archie was just like, these some, you know how he was. But we want to salute him. Let's call the roll this morning. Grand rising to all of you. Deacon Alvin Moore, heard that you had a great weekend with your caregivers, with Sharon Reed and Anthony Reed. Apostle Anthony Reed did a wonderful job on his service on yesterday at Shiloh Baptist Church, Full Gospel Baptist Church in Kankakee. We just want to salute you. We salute you all. And to Diane Black and her wonderful father. I hope y'all staying warm in our region. It's 20 degrees here still, so we ain't got nothing moving right now as far as temperatures is concerned to melt some of this ice. Is still on the side streets. They're doing that. They're doing their best or done their best to try to get the streets clear, but this ice is really bad. There are still some school districts, if not the majority of them, those buses cannot get down those routes, especially in the rural communities and even on some of the side streets. It's very still slick and dangerous. They tried to get the main thoroughfares, the main roads clear so that people can go around. I-55 is open, and I-22 and various other interstates and roads, state roads are open. They're doing the best they can. They got the National Guard been activated in Mississippi to assist and Tennessee and in other places to assist people that are impacted by this weather. So we still in winter, y'all. So don't think that is just going to magically. Now, God can make anything magically disappear. I wouldn't just say magically, but He can make it go and He can make it come. We're just grateful to be here. We thank all of you for being here and being participating in our wonderful broadcast. A lot of things have happened this weekend. Of course, everybody has heard, and you see in our lead page the incident that happened with my brother and sister journalists. Everybody has heard that Don Lemon, along with our vice president of the National Association of Black Journalists, who I am a member of, our vice president and our life members and our members of the Black Journalist Group were arrested by the orange man that lives in the house that's white. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, what a mistake he made. Because when you didn't go after the white journalist, you went after an accomplished, one of the top television broadcast journalists in the business, from CNN to his own platform. Don Lemon has, and you can't, a lot of people got a lot of things to say about people, but I'm nobody's judge. I am nobody's judge. I can't point the finger at nobody. You got to live and you got to go before God for yourself. I don't know what that man's personal life is. That's not my business, but his professional life and career, I know. For almost 35 years, this man has been on the air, professional, delivering the news each and every day. And we see him. And because of the prejudice and because of the racism in broadcast news and in broadcast communications, Joy Reid, Don Lemon, and others have been knocked off the air, and it hasn't stopped. He's more popular now than he was on those networks. And I keep trying to tell everybody, people are not listening they have no faith in network news because it's controlled, corporately controlled. You're going to say this. You say what we tell you to say. That is no independence. That's not accurate because the devil's in the details and all of this stuff. We got the Epstein files. We got the Epstein files and all of the hokey pokey and the foolishness that's going on. It's out. It ain't all the way out. And let me tell you all something. Don't be surprised at what you see. We've been telling you, the man is a literal pedophile. We got the papers to prove it. See, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, you got to understand, you got to read. You got to read. You got to be able to read. You got to be able to read. You got to be able to, I'm going to say it again, you got to be able to read what's going on, what's happening. Let me move this out the way. As you see, right next to me, I got a page or two. I saved it before they got rid of it. I saved it of these emails and communications that are out there. And if you don't believe that it's something, but you got to take a look at it. Let's see if we can. All right, I think we're moving. I just want to, let me see if I can go down. So bring this down. Okay, check this out, folks. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. All right, we got an actual communication. Now, this is from the FBI's report. Now, you see some parts are redacted. And back in 95, during the riot, the orange man was saying some things on the cell phone and was very concerning. They got the Prince of England, and they got who is this? the British family, the royal family, Trump. He's in there. And you know something, the remarkable thing about it is, folks, and don't take what I'm saying to be uh, that I'm being insensitive, but it's right here in front of us. This is just part of it. Now, this ain't even probably the good part of it. There are 3 million other, they say they released 3 million documents or whatever, pieces of information, but they still got another 3 million that they ain't even sent. So they're not compliant. They know, and we know, from football owners to your bartender, your favorite entertainer. P. Diddy ain't have nothing on Epstein. He probably taught him, but P. Diddy was there. Jay-Z was down there, all them down there. And you get indoctrinated. I had a conversation with an executive, a broadcast executive, and we were talking about some things. And they were saying this is just some diabolical stuff that they were doing. Nothing is new, I told that person. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. From the Epstein files on over to the arrest of black journalists. Now, he came after black journalists. Let's get back to that for just a second. Black journalists. 4, you went after you went after our vice president, the lady, and you went after the 4 gentlemen here that are 3 gentlemen here that are part of the Black Journalists Association. You came Pacific, the man, but you know, ain't there's, you can identify who he is if he walked up on you on the street. You the man on the news, and that's you don't know his name, and his name's so familiar that you can get it lemon. You that guy on the TV. You the guy on the TV. He's just there to report on a pastor that was an ICE agent in charge of, he's an ICE agent supervisor of some of them in Minnesota. Just so happened to have him a church. And they went up in there. He reported that incident. It's reporting. When something going on, a shooting, a fire, a meeting, an event, or whatever's going on that's newsworthy, a broadcast journalist, a journalist, period, under the First Amendment is covered. We have a right to a free and open, independent press. Now, I know Fox and all the rest of them other folks and them jokers and NBC and XYZs and all them other networks are going to do what the bosses tell them because some of their bosses are in the Epstein files. Don't think they ain't there. When you sell your soul to evil, to do evil, that's what's going to happen. Ain't nobody perfect, but you got to know what you're dealing with. There are clubs and organizations that people are part of. Know what you're getting into before you get into it. Oh man, you can be a part of our social club. Well, you know, we got certain rules and regulations and secrets and everything. I'm not knocking you. I mean, everybody do what they do, but there's some evil components to these things. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening. We don't have any idea about the carrying on of these people. We can talk all day, and it's still the same old thing. He's keeping it because, now, if it was acceptable for folks to be doing it, he wouldn't hide nothing. None of them would hide. But they know that once this gets out, once the Epstein files got out, once they started killing white folks, I'm just telling the truth, once they started killing them, once they started shooting their own kind, well, the concern got up. If it wasn't for the death of the white woman and the white man in these situations, then none of this would be even coming up. They killing black folks every day. Let me talk to some of you brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. You better know who you're dealing with. We are living in a day and time where the devil don't care whether you know he's the devil or not. It used to be a time that he would hide stuff and everything. He's wide open, the leader of this country. And they're sitting back, taking their time, like, oh, what do we do? What do we do? If it was Obama, I guarantee you he'd have been out of there a long time that day. They'd have had secret meetings, or not secret meetings. They'd have called Congress together and impeached him right there without a trial. Let him been the one fooling around with the children and everything like that. His name would be, thank God he didn't. Thank you, Jesus. that he didn't. How they would have smeared and rolled him. Man, they'd have rolled. Man, we've been public enemy number one because they'd have lumped us all together. Oh, but when they do it, they want mercy. Oh, we was just following orders. And I found this out. A lot of those ICE agents are Hispanics. Yeah, Rodriguez and Gonzalez's and Guzman's and things. I said, look at this here. You snuck the secret police out there, people that are not even trained 45 good days, you put them out there as federal agents. Don't y'all know something's going on? Why is this man hiding all this stuff? Because I believe he did something to his family. All that stuff is there. Taking young people and taking their innocence from them, sacrificing and stuff. He obviously say there's some crazy stuff. No, it's some rituals going on. There's some stuff happening. And we surprised in the church. Mm-hmm. There are people, spiritual wickedness in high places. I'm talking about high places. Those people that we put up on a pedestal. Those people that we revere. Ain't nobody. That's why I don't bow and revere nobody but God. Oh, this person is so they pure as the driven snow. You better be careful. The government is partially shut down. I don't know whether it's affecting people's livelihoods and food stamps or whatever the case may be. I have no idea. But the country, we don't know what's happening. I mean, we won't know what's going on. They say they're going to stop this, they're going to do that. And this man is still doing the thing and wide open. He don't care about anything. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we living in some perilous days. And we're living in some perilous times, and some of us are going along with it. There is no human being, including myself, that's perfect, that's not subject to fall or whatever the case may be. And when you put your stock in a person and lift them up and patting them on the back and giving them everything, I mean, you just revere them. Dr. King was a what? He was a human being. Louis Farrakhan, a human being. Your pastor, your mama, your daddy, human beings. Your friends, your associates, your enemies, all of us are human beings. And there's something that human beings have that no other creature, no other being that God has made has what we have, and that's a free will. You have a free will, I have a free will to make the decision. Do I want to go this way or do I want to go that way? Every time somebody pats you on the back does not mean that they're your friends or that they care about you. Even what in entertainment, look, they had the Grammys on last night. Like to say congratulations to the songwriters of Boo Mitchell. That's Willie Mitchell of High Records, Al Green record company over there that he started out with Willie Mitchell. Boo Mitchell, his son, won another Grammy along with the soundtrack for Sinners. Like to say congratulations to the town of Clarksdale, Mississippi, for them for the notoriety that you got. As bad as the Devil movie, but the demons were coming out, but everybody like all that kind of stuff. And we looking around and we're saying all of this is happening, and everybody was saying, ICE out, ICE got to go, this and that and the other. ICE ain't the problem. It's the head man that's the problem. It may be ICE today. It'll be the National Guard tomorrow. This man is not playing fair. Now that the files are coming out and they had to leak out some, they had to come on with it. And then they redacted a whole lot of, see, they got technicians and people that are computer technicians and people that can remove those tags off. And it's by good information that somebody has the full unredacted file. And they saying that most of the files and most of the stuff is videotapes of these people doing what they do. Y'all thought P. Diddy was something. Y'all thought he had all them cameras everywhere and everything. Where did he learn it from? Epstein. He lived right next door to him, I think, or in that vicinity. The rich and famous got their own islands and everything. So what's going on? Who's been affected? We'll be walking next to people that have been on that island and things have been going on, not just the island, it could be anywhere. They own multi-million-dollar hotels. They own jet planes. They can travel and do the things that they do. Without it, they can transfer money, drugs, do anything that they want, especially now since their buddy is in the White House. We got a crisis, folks. We got a crisis. And it's just not about children. It's the way that things are going in this country. And let me tell you something, and that's why I always say, be careful about who you support and who you connect to. I'm talking to James too. Because there's some people that need to be cut loose from your life. Just cut them loose. Because one, they're deceitful. One, they'll say and do anything, and they'll try to lead you down the wrong path. This election is so important. But it makes me nervous because of the choices that we have. Now, your choice is your choice. You pick who you want to pick, but I'm not just going to go along with somebody just because you say go along. Look deeper inside with the people that you're going to be putting into office. And speaking of office, to the city of Harvey, Illinois, man is still a human being. The family of Mayor Christopher Clark, I wish death on nobody's family, okay? And his works will terrible mayor, I'm just going to say. Well, as far as being the mayor, all the things that he did and everything does not excuse himself. Well, he can't do nothing else now. But why do we openly, we say things and then we reach, oh, well, he's my bad. If you know a person, this person was doing what he was doing, they were just doing what they were doing. A whole city that is in financial crisis and ruins that has been left by this administration now has to rebuild itself. Now here come the fight. Who's going to be the men? Now they're having a meeting today, I think. They're going to be having a meeting, a special call meeting in Harvey to select a acting mayor. Their city is a different guideline with the city until they can have an election. And we're praying for the people in Harvey, Illinois, praying for all of the candidates and people that are around. Let me tell you something. We're living in some really, really perilous, funny times, folks. And I don't mean ha-ha funny, but there's some weird things going on. And we have to be abreast of what's happening and what's going on. Now, they should be in the Senate, in the House of Representatives today to, wait a minute, let me make sure I got this right. That's wrong. They're going to be voting on saving the country and opening up the country, because there is a partial shutdown. Now, I don't know how benefits are going to be affected by it, but there is some serious things that are going on. Now, they say this is the groundhog and all that. I ain't thinking about him right now. We still living in winter, but it's a lot going on, folks. And it's amazing to me how people just overlook. You got it right in front of your face, and people are overlooked. As soon as they put out the documents and the files, then the denial comes. This man it's not him, y'all. It's the people that's behind him. And the files ain't told you nothing but exactly what people been saying all along, what's been going on. Now he dead, he can't do nothing, but there's still people and people that associated with themselves are doing some hella things on these videos. Jeffrey Epstein, who lied and said he ain't never been there. He's been there asking when the big party is going to happen. You see, when you give your all over and sell yourself That's in the entertainment industry. That's anywhere. Offer you a contract. You got a contract. Read your contract. Because you could be signing yourself over or signing your everything, your whole life away just for a couple of dollars, just to get out the hood. Hmm. See, we got to look at things in a perspective and in a way. Something is wrong, and we know that something is wrong. Listen, it right now, 33 minutes after the hour of 9. If you had to be there at 9:30, you late. Uh, that don't mean anything because you might not be able to get out of your driveway or whatever. But I wanted to just remind you, you're listening to the MacMan Morning Show. We're getting ready to just have our first little commercials and say hey to everybody, and we'll be right back after these messages. Y'all just hang on just a little bit.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
I am Pam Ghostin, owner and creator of Candle Dessert Lounge, Mississippi's finest dessert and drink candles that are hand poured right here in DeSoto County. Our motto is dessert and drinks, 0 calories. We strive to create a vivid imagination of the delicious gourmet desserts and tropical drinks by offering a sweet and zesty vibe with an experience that ignites both your taste buds and sense of creativity. We also do candle making parties, whether it's for a private party, birthdays, anniversary, bachelor or bachelorette parties, business team building. We can do a party for any occasion. For more information, call 662-460-5035. Also, check out our website at candledessertlounge.bigcartel.com. If you're looking for those one-of-a-kind gifts, our candles are perfect for you.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MacMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And we're back on the MacMan Morning Show. Grand Rising to everybody. I want you to look at something with me. As you look on the right side of your screen, I pulled up a article from the New York Times. Thank the New York Times for allowing us to use this. It's some major names in business, major business names in the files. Now, this is what the Orange Man said. He was trying to protect his friends. He was telling everybody, you let these files out, my friend. These are the people that he dwells with. Epstein, the rest of them. Now, let's see. Andrew Here. Lots of news from this conversation. He's in the Epstein files. They say he got emails of some of his those funny names that they use. He says separately, he says that this is a tech sector person, $100 billion partnerships between him and OpenAI, and all these people are hooked together. The names of these people, we got Bill Gates, that's Microsoft, Elon Musk, the man that went and took all of our information out, Howard Lutnick. That is a name that he's our Commerce Secretary. He got on, and what he did was he denied, I'll never go back to that man's house no more. Me and my wife was there. He opened up the door, and it was a massage table in the middle of, he trying to back himself away. Mark Warren, Email shows that he's Apollo Global Management founder. These is big people, got money. Brad Karp, uh, corporate lawyers. So it's lawyers, business people. Kevin Walsh, the Fed man, the man that's going to be the Fed chairman. He's in the Epstein file. The Google co-founder, Steve Tesh is there. Man, they got all these people, the Arabs and Disney um, executives, and it gets worse and it gets worse. But now, with having all of that information and with having everything that we have here, does it really make a difference? Nobody's upset. Nobody's gotten upset. Nobody said anything. Everybody's sitting back like it's just normal. We're going about our normal day. We're going about our normal life, and we don't care anything about it. We could not do this. We could not get away with this. There's nothing, as a human being, there's no way they would nail us to the cross. And those that don't go along with it, you will catch the devil. You wonder why things are all broken apart and everything, because you done sold your soul. A lot of people don't want to tell the truth. These are people to children. There are two categories of children in this that belong to somebody in this world. You either a part of good or you're part of the evil. And we know what evil is doing, and evil is running rampant. But I think and I believe that there's going to be a stop to it. They got to do something. This country is going so far to the left. They sitting there like, man, what in the world do we? I mean, is this really America? What's happening? I like to congratulate those that are trying to make a difference, and I know that a lot of people saying, man, do we have to vote them? But this is the mechanisms that they have open. And ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, check your candidates, all of them. I know you might not have time to read all of their dossiers and their books or whatever the case, but know who you voting for. They're gonna put in who they want anyway. The fix is in already. I'm just gonna tell the truth. The fix is in. They've already anointed their nominees. I'm not saying anybody's names. They already got the people that I'm talking about in this region. See, it's a lot of things going on that a lot of people don't know. And that's good. That's fine. You do what you do. But the decisions that are made are going to affect us. If you don't think that black people are not involved with the destruction of the black community, that's where you're being fooled. Everybody that looks like us is not for us. They say they call them skin folks instead of kin folks. What do we get out to deal? We get our heads everything. We just got to go. How much more we've taken a lot of things as a people. But man, how much more of this do we have to go through? It ain't safe on the job. It ain't safe at the school. It ain't safe at the government house. It ain't safe anywhere. Where is there a refuge? Where is there somewhere where we can have assurance of knowing that the things that are going on around about us, man, this is some heavy stuff. And then they put it out like it's all, oh man, we just so surprised. The very newscasters, there's some of them too that been on that. I ain't been there, don't want to go. And then they found somebody. Let's check this out. Now they found somebody to appeal to the black people. They use entertainers. Now they talked about P. You don't hear nothing about P. Diddy no more. He keep quiet. And somebody say as long as they keep quiet, the richer they're going to get. Pam Bondi, the attorney general, she going to keep quiet. All these rest of these people in these positions are going to keep quiet because they know they're going to jail. They don't care about going to jail, but don't say nothing. Don't reveal. See, he don't want to see one thing, evil don't want you to put a spotlight on them. They'll smile in your face and lie right in front of your face. Tell you that the sky's falling. Tell you anything that's going to persuade you to do whatever they want you to do, they're going to say it. Yeah, manipulation. The manipulation of things, and people are falling for it. They just lose their mind. Don't let it be somebody that they really like and that they just really got some influence over them. They'll do anything. Some people groupies and everything else. I mean, you got these people that are mesmerized by stardom, not knowing that what you're giving up and popularity and not knowing what you're getting ready to give up, you're giving up more than anything. You're giving up your whole self. Are there any perfect people in this world? Oh, no. But are there some decent people that ain't going for this? Yeah, there's some decent people that are not going for it. There are some truly genuine good people that are not fooled, that are well informed on what's going on. Brother Lee Mack, our co-host, is coming, but Brother Lee Mack would always say to me, he said, James, he said, somebody told him, say, if you really want to hide something, hide it in the book. Project 2025 we tried to tell everybody, this is the plan. They already had the plan. They just put it in a new binder. And we ain't read nothing. Nobody's read about the thing. Even when the Epstein file, they keep hollering about the Epstein file. Ain't nobody reading them. Do you know how much information they have and what's in that information? Come on now. Know who you're dealing with. And then when you say this, and the first thing people see, in order for people to get you not to believe, they say it ain't happening. Ain't no cheating going on. Ain't no child, ain't no trafficking going on. And they'll say that to keep you, and then people will sit there and believe it. Believe what a human being is telling you. Not spirit-led, but just something that they can tell you anything. And if you want to hide something, you hide it. Where? In a book. Ain't nobody looking, ain't nobody studying, ain't nobody reading, ain't nobody trying. Because if you're reading, you would understand what's really going, and understand what you're reading, you'll see what's happening. You say, Brother James, you might be, are you upset with something? No. I seen in this profession that I have in broadcasting, people will, how can I put it? People will say and do things, and we'll do exactly what they say. We will fight to the death for these human beings that are doing all this dirt. And I'm not surprised. I'm not upset. I'm not surprised. You shouldn't be surprised neither. There's nothing new under the sun. It's just packaged in a different package. It's the same thing. Back in the 1700s, they had all kind of things going. The Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. They had all kinds of things were going on. These kings and these rulers and these people had going on back then. That was the norm. Now it's not the norm, and it's coming out. Okay. You say, Brother Mackey, the Epstein files are out now. Now what do we do? I'm asking you. Are we still, it's so entrenched in every part and facet of our being where we are here in America. Everybody hollering, America is the righteous country. America is the home of the free and the land, home of the free, of the brave and the home of the free, or however that go. We ain't free. Because anytime you can go and arrest black journalists, now he ain't come after the white folks. I'm just saying to those of you we all have relations with others. He went after the black reporters that was reporting the news, actually had microphones reporting the news and saying, I am a journalist. I'm just recording this. This is documentation under the First Amendment. They forget about the First and the Second Amendments now. The little boy Wittenhouse was walking up with an AK-47 M16 up the street right between the police, carrying his gun. Ain't got a badge, ain't got nothing on it. He let this boy kill and unalive 2 people. Then he went on tour first. Before he went on tour, he went to go see his daddy, the devil. That's Trump. He went to the White House, shook his hand. He was on speaking tours. They gave him bodyguards. Then he lied on the stand. Boy, you better cry. You better cry. And they had sympathy for him. They don't have sympathy for our brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews that get in trouble. They throw us away 30 years, 40 years, and then they let the killers and the rapists get away. The pedophiles get away. Hmm. They don't care nothing about us. If they could eliminate us and send us back to the cotton fields, they would. I'm not going. Are you going? Anybody going? I ain't going. I ain't never been. I don't want to go. You're not going to slave me. And then they take jail. Those are people that are incarcerated. As nothing but slavery. They make money off of packing jails. An empty jail ain't making no money. Let's get that straight. They got corporate prisons. They got to fill them. Who do they fill them up with? Look at the population of the prison population. Look at that population. And it'll tell you. It will tell you what's really going on. They care nothing. A black life don't mean nothing. Whether you're a reporter, you can be president of a company, you could be anything. We're the last on the totem pole, but they need us to change what's getting ready to go on. Oh, they need us. They need our vote. Them white folks up there, them folks are getting shot. They saying that we got to change. They voted for this man. The Hispanics voted for him. The Somalians, they voted for anybody outside of this country. They think white is right. They voted for him. And even some people that look just like me and been born here in this country, sitting there thinking that they're going to get a check from him. Oh, he's sending us some checks. We always looking for somebody to give us something. If he say he giving $1 million, I give everybody $100,000. They'll vote for him today. Why? Because of greed. Why? Because being deprived of things, we feel that the only way that we can make it or survive is by what they give us. I always say, and I'll say it again, I don't want nobody giving me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Somehow, some way, we as a people, we're going to make it. And we won't listen to the truth. You're not listening to the truth. It's just like they say it's a monster in Dracula. The man biting people on the neck and that ain't no monsters, ain't none of this. And then they try to dispel it because it sounds foolish if you tell somebody that you seen something or you dreamed something or you actually saw it. You could tape it on video and they'll still tell you it is not what you seen. That's the deception that we're living in today. 4 journalists broadcasting the news, trying to get it out, just like myself, getting the independent journalists. Independent journalists look just like you and me, just going to report the news. And they came and knocked on these people's doors and came and got them. Where is the First Amendment? So I guess they're canceling out the Constitution. Because you just can't come up in my house without no warrant. Then they solved that. They say, well, we'll write our own out. That's against the law. You got to have a judge or a magistrate and go before them with actual evidence for them to give you an arrest warrant or any kind of warrant whatsoever, whether it's search warrant or arrest warrant. And they'll pull out go way back on you. We all did something. I'm not saying that nobody has done them, but when you still trying to deceive people and make them think what they're looking at with their own eyes and hearing with their own ears, it ain't there. Mm-hmm. We got to understand and see for ourselves. It's far beyond being hoodwinked and bamboozled. It's far beyond that, folks. It is deeper than that. Brother Lee Mack is here. He's coming. I'm gonna bring you up in a couple seconds, Brother Lee. I got you. Wait a minute. I got you, Brother Lee. Give me a couple seconds. So we're dealing with these situations. Now, I hate even reporting on this. So we should be talking about something else, but we can't. We're at a point, we're in those days. There's something that says, these are the days that we're living in these types of days right now. God help us all. If you don't know him, you better know him. I'm just saying, you better get to know him. You better know who he is. Know who G. I'm just trying to say that's a little caveat that I'm just putting over there and letting you see. We are living in these days and times. What are we going to do? Are we going to continue to live the way that we're living, uninformed and not worried? Everybody's brushing it off. I'm going to brush it off. I'm going to brush it. I don't want to hear that. That's something that divides the country, this and that and the other. Let me tell you something, what they're doing, and it's no secret. These devices that we got, everybody got their cell phone in the hand. From the preachers on it, it's like a fashion statement. Just carry it and walk around in prance with your phone in it. That phone is going to get a lot of people in trouble. Why? Because they know what you're doing. They know even now they know what we're doing, what we're saying. I'm not trying to hide. The facts are out there. And the one that's crying about the facts, the more that you reject, you better check the message and the messenger, the person that's bringing it. Anybody that's sweeping this under the rug, they already know what the ramifications are. See, manipulation, that you can fool the very elect, as they say, the very people that know God and know what's going on. You can fool them. You know why? They doing it each and every week. Not all of them, but there's some. Anybody can preach now. Anybody can have a church. Anybody. And one man got on the air and say, I got to administer. What are you administrating? People at work, people at home. You can't regulate nobody. I got to regulate. I got to make sure that everything goes right. I got to make sure we get all that. You got to make sure the money's right. It's greed. I never seen Jesus in no golden chariots. I ain't seen him with no bodyguards, no horsemen and stuff back in them days. It was he didn't even have a place to lay his head. And we got these people that we made celebrities and superstars, and they just pimping and doing what they do because why? They deceive folks. I'm not saying don't support your institutions where you're going. I'm not saying don't support those organizations that are really doing the work. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't be fooled. But still, somebody's going to be fooled. That somebody's not going to be listening. Are you listening? Do you hear me? We sit in church every Sunday. I'm just going to say this part, and I'm bringing Brother Lee with me. And the man and the woman can say anything. We're out of order, out of God's order. We're out of order. How you going to tell us, I've been in my church 100 years, and we ain't out of order. We do this, and we have banquets, teas, and we got conferences and this and that. Yeah, it's so many conferences. It's so many conventions, you don't know what to do. Come to this, come to that. You have an experience of they showmen. It's like Ringling Brothers, Barnum Bailey Circus. The greatest show on earth. Which pastor, which church can have the greatest show on earth? I'll bring in the big names. And we like names of black folks. We like names. We like all of the famous folks and stuff. We really think we somebody when we connect it to not knowing that they just as human as we are. They're just as human as we are. We're not going to beat this. The only person that's going to beat this system is God. And with the knowledge that we have and what we receive, the real true, not this old okie doke, read a couple of scriptures and memorized the 23rd Psalm type of preacher. No, that's not what it is. But one that's telling the truth is going to catch the hell. They the ones that are going to be rejected. They're going to say, oh, why you listening to them? Let's do this. Let's do it. Look at what's going on. I'm saying this on a Monday morning. Let's go back to yesterday. Not knocking or anybody, not the men and women, not the men of God and people that are doing his work and really doing it. I'm not talking about you. I witnessed with my own eyes a service I was in. They got all the bells and whistles and lights and stuff flashing. I thought it was in some kind of concert or disco or something. They had fog machine, made it look like they had smoke on the stage, like it was a real show. And people, and I'm looking at the older people, the mothers of the church, or people that are older, just sitting there trying to get, and they trying to shake like the other folks and dance and all that old stuff that people, that old nasty stuff. I mean, they ain't dancing these days. I don't know what they doing these days. They just doing everything, and the old folks trying to do what they're doing. Something is wrong somewhere when the spirit has left the church, when the spirit has left our homes, when the spirit has left our society, where we just out there doing whatever we want to do. I'm talking about these journalists too. Now they came after us. Now they done came after Latinos. They done came after the Ethiopians. They done came after everybody that they came. Now they coming after our folks and they going at the top of the chain. Never mess with the person with the microphone. Never mess with the person that does the research. Never mess with the person that makes the reports. Because you know what? Now you stepped out and you open up the genie's out the bottle now. Anytime the Attorney General of the United States of America is covering and now supposed to be the chief law enforcement officer of our country is the one that's hiding all of the wrongdoings of the leaders of this country. Fooling you. The people that's supposed to be protecting you is fooling you. I'm talking about all of Washington, Chicago, or wherever you live. It's wickedness there. It's wickedness everywhere. Look, I'm going to bring Brother Lee Mack. I want to thank all of y'all for coming. Good morning to everybody. I want to bring Brother Lee Mack, and we're going to talk in a couple of seconds. I'm going to take one more break. That's it for the day. We got some things I want Brother Lee. He's going to come and we're going to discuss some things this morning. You're listening to the MagMan Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast right here on Mag Media 3 Productions, Hot Talk Radio and Television Broadcasting Network. That's our server, our network. We'd like to welcome all of our viewers and listeners from right here in the continental United States and around the world. All of our affiliate stations and all of our affiliate partners everywhere, and all of you that are here. We'll be right back in a little bit. One more commercial, and we'll be out of the way, and I'm bringing Brother Lee Mack. Y'all just stand by for just a couple seconds. This is the MagMan Morning Show.
Tune in to the MagMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the MagMan Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
Once again, we'd like to just welcome you to the MagMan Morning Show. Thank you all for listening, and thank you all for giving us an opportunity for the last 2 years. Our anniversary is coming up real soon, and others. We're going to be moving to greater and greater things. We want to thank Hot Talk Radio and Television Broadcasting for carrying the MacMan Morning Show here and beyond. We want to just thank all of you for listening and giving us this chance to come to you each and every weekday morning. We're here at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's 10:02, 2 minutes after the hour of 10. Be careful on your way to where you're going, and be courteous and kind to your brothers and sisters out there. Y'all behave yourself out there. I know y'all had cabin fever for a couple of days, and y'all breaking out now. Y'all saying, "I'm coming out this house." It's sometimes God got to shut things down in order for us. I mean, I don't. I just believe that it was a reason that we had the storm that we had, because maybe it's to keep things at a better perspective. Listen, we got Brother Lee Mack is here, our co-host and our chief commentator of the MacMan Morning Show each and every weekday morning. We're here. I'm just glad to have him here with us. Hey, Brother Lee, say good morning to the people.
Great day and new beginning.
Oh, watch out. You sound good on your little microphone there. You look like you did just some maintenance on it or something, but that's good. Brother Lee, I got, I always got something up my sleeve, but then I just want to give you as much time as you want to consume about these issues that have gone on. Of course, as kids, we remember, y'all remember the Fred Sanford show, and Lamont was a real important part. Lamont has gone home to be with the Lord. And not only that, and we just want to salute and, God bless his spirit where he is. And also this, and man, they coming after us, Lee. They coming after the independent black journalists, man. I want you to talk about that and talk about this thing. And what about these files? Why is it, Lee, that people are surprised? Hold on one second. That they're surprised at what's going on. Look, this is Brother Lee Mack. He's coming on. Come on, Brother Lee. Let's hear what you got to say.
I don't believe that are knowledgeable. You don't have to be that knowledgeable about media and what goes on to know that they shouldn't be surprised, because when you look at the state of the union, you look at this country and you see that these things have been happening since the beginning of this country and before. This shouldn't shock anybody, especially, okay, we're talking about the press itself just this minute. They fear this government, this administration does not fear repercussions. So that's why they act the way they do. They come after the press. They don't respect it. They don't respect the First Amendment. They don't respect it, and that's what we're seeing today, is the lack of respect, the lack of respect for the Constitution. The very things they say they will uphold, they took a sworn oath to uphold the Constitution. And when you see these law enforcement vehicles on the side of some of these law enforcement vehicles, you see serve and protect, serve and then protect. And that's the thing. That's what's supposed to be the function of law enforcement, is to serve and protect, not to harass and incarcerate and harm and do these things. But that's what's being done now. It's not about serve and protect. It's about land. People fear. They want a certain fear, I think, of the police department and law enforcement now. I think that's what they're trying to put across to you. They want you to fear them. And there's at a point now where we fear that we are afraid, some of us are afraid to even confront the police, afraid to even speak out. And we have to speak out, because if you would have said these things that you see now would have happened if you were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, said, well, there would be a government, so-called government officials going through the neighborhoods, harassing people, kicking in their doors and snatching them off the streets. I was just watching something on social media where this I think he was in the armed forces. He was in the armed forces, and he was a few miles from the military base, and he had picked up some things for some grocery items, and it was in Colorado, and he was stopped at a checkpoint, and it's a brother from here. He's born in Alabama, and they asked him, can they see some ID? He showed his driver's license. They asked him, did he have any birth certificates or passports on him? He says, I didn't think I. He said he didn't need one. He was a captain in the armed forces, and they said that he needed to show his birth certificate or his passport, so he couldn't show these things. So they arrested him. They cuffed him and arrested him and had his car towed and took him down to the police station. Because he couldn't identify himself.
Did we lose you, Brother Lee? I think adjust your mic if you have to. Brother Lee's going to adjust his mic and come on back to us. But as he was saying, I mean, there's certain instances that's going on. I don't know what's going on, but come on, yeah, he's going to come back and come back in. There are a lot of instances where, I mean, we asked ourselves the question, man, what's really happening? Do we really have, how can I put it? Do we really have uh, any kind of insight on what's really happening? This is just the tip of it. Come on, Brother Lee. Come on in. Come on back in. I got you. Go ahead.
He's looking around the corner because the other countries don't respect them because they don't belong there. They flat out do not belong there. If they were dark skinned, they do belong. No, these are pink colored, flesh tone colored people. They came from Europe, said that they were lost and that's their country. Well, how long do you have to be away that you come back and you look just like the Europeans? You were never there. But I'm gonna get off that subject, but I'm gonna get back to this. The thing is about ICE coming to people's houses and kicking the doors in. I'm gonna tell you something. We gonna be next. We next now. We on deck. We not on deck. We in the batter's box. It's our turn. We're there. And we thought the Hispanics would take a while for them. No, they're working on us right now. And that's the thing we gotta understand because they fear us. That's why they're after us. That's what I have to say, my brother. Hello?
I am. Yeah. Brother Lee, my thing is, I wanted to ask you while I have you here. You said something, you mentioned something, uh, you mentioned something that's real interesting. That we're on deck. You know, I got a couple of messages this weekend from some people that were saying they were concerned. Hey man, they coming after y'all. They coming. I said, what do you mean? I said they've been after us. You know, if and we should not stop or having to stop to telling the truth or reporting or commentating, which we do have a right to do. And then, like I told, come on this way because eventually I just believe that this thing is it's going too far to a point. They're trying to figure out how they can clean up this mess that they got. They put this man in there. It ain't nobody's fault. I didn't vote him in, but whatever system has him in there, now here we are. Are they and if you don't think, as Brother Lee was saying, and I agree with him, they're trying to figure out a way to control. Hey, Penelope, they're trying to figure out a way to do it. What do you think they got up their sleeve, Brother Lee? With and you take as much time as you like to take with that. What do you think that? Do you think that we're going to go back to the not go back to, but are we ending up in a situation where we can be outlawed as journalists and as commentators and telling the truth? You think that there's some more repercussions? Come on, talk to us, Lee.
Definitely, definitely, they're trying to circumvent the First Amendment. And to do that, you have to say they have to put martial law in effect. It has to, they're going to word it in a way that it works against the country's best interests. So that's how they're going to get around the First Amendment. People say, no, no, they'll never get rid of the First Amendment. They'll never get rid of the right to carry a weapon, but they will get rid of that too, because they will say it's not in the best interest of the country's safety. And that's how they're getting rid of the First Amendment and the Second Amendment and all the other amendments. And see, and that's the thing we don't understand is that that's how they're doing it now. They're violating the First Amendment right now. Should they go out there and tell you you can't speak, you can't film them in action, you can't. They don't have to show any identification. They don't have to show representation. They don't have to do anything. They ask you for yours. You can ask them for theirs and say, "Well, let me see some of your ID." They don't have any show you any ID, and
And
that's
they
the
asked the
thing.
man for his birth certificate too, Brother
And
Lee. They asked the man for his
they
birth
asked the
certificate.
brother for his birth certificate, and he showed his driver's license. He showed his military ID. He was a captain in the army, and he showed all of that. And they said that that's not good enough. They asked him where he was born. He said in Alabama. All of that information could be checked out, but they said, no, we need to see your birth certificate or your passport.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. When you walk in these streets, see, we be thinking that no, I'm a citizen. No, they're not gonna touch me. They don't care. And that's the thing. They're out. Look at the first lady of this country, the
Yeah, I want you to talk about
Melania or
that
whatever.
that
She
move, that
has a
old Hella
deep,
movie.
she has a deep accent, so deep it looked like she just got off the plane. But yet and still, they still coming after everybody but people that look like her. See, that's the thing we understand, man. This is a clan situation. We behind enemy lines and we don't even know it. And see, we have to understand we're behind enemy lines. And people thinking, well, I'm still eating every day. My lights still come on. Let me tell you something. That can happen overnight where your lights is shut off. You can't walk the streets. You can't, and you know what? And you're incarcerated just for walking the streets. And see, and that's the thing. We got to understand this thing can happen overnight. They can say martial law overnight and shut everything down and tell you you can't come out the house until certain times of day and you surely can't walk the streets at night. And see, that's the thing we have to understand. And you know what? The Caucasians are very quiet about it because this is exactly what they want. So if we don't fight for us, then who will? And what we're going to do, wait until it happens and then we're going to raise our hands and say we want an election? They can abolish the election as long as they want. See, that's the thing. They can say, look, military action or whatever. They can say whatever law they want to put in action and shut the election down. And people say, no, that'll never happen. I bet you would have said that that never happened 5 years ago if you were saying that ICE would walk the streets and they would be stopping people and throwing them in cars. You'll say, no, not in this country. Yes, in this country. They're doing it right here. And they're very bold about it. See, that's the thing. They're very bold about it, and they're using our tax dollars to put us in jail. That sounds crazy to me, but that's what they're doing. So we have to understand that we on deck. It's we on deck. We never left the deck. We always been out there first. We always been the first line of defense. When it happens, when they take away rights, they start with us. That's what they do all the time. And we got to educate ourselves. And number one of the things we have to do is we have to start going up to our schools and find out what our kids are being taught. That's what we have to do. We have to get them educated about our history. That's number one. They have to find out who they are because they're not proud of who they are because of this social media and this messed up news that you get on online. We have to go to our schools and educate our kids in our homes too and look up these information about the achievements of black folks and what black folks had a big part in building this country. We got to educate us. I mean, what are they teaching them in school? They come back and I ask and my grandkids all the time, what did you learn in school? And what are you learning? They're not learning anything. Nothing to use in this world that's going to help them because we get educated by the system, by them. And I tell you, when I say them, we're getting educated by the Caucasians to act accordingly how they want us to act. And why would you want someone that don't look like you to educate you about you? That don't make no sense. See, we should ask that question. The very books that our kids are reading are written by Caucasians. So Caucasian, the material in there is going to lean toward them. So we getting educated on how to act like they want us to act. See, that's the thing right there. We got to stop this because it's not working for us. We're using their methods to solve our problems. And I keep saying that. And it makes sense. We're using their methods. How they go about dealing with us, we use their methods to solve our problems and wonder why it don't work. That's why we send the politicians to DC and they come back, they dumber than when they left. It's because they're using their methods, Caucasians' methods, to solve our problems. That's why our communities look the way they do. We're going by their constitution and their methods of how they go do business and wonder why things haven't worked. And I always say this, it don't take 400 years to fix this United States of America. That's what I have to say.
Wow. You're listening to the Mac Man Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Hey, I just wanted to inform everybody to uh, pay attention to what's going on. And if they came after, I'm talking about our brothers and sisters that's in broadcasting. Oh, they know what they're doing. They went and they say, how can we get away with this? Will this work? And they're testing their methods out on us. From the Constitution on down, this man has sent people to Georgia, the election official. He's asking people and asking clerks and secretaries of state in various states to send the voter information. So a lot of you all make sure that you're on the voter roll. Make sure that you're eligible. Make sure they don't knock you off because they're doing it each and he's trying. He know he's going to lose. The Republicans know they get about to lose their shirt in any election. That's why they're trying now to get things together. Why are we emphasizing this? This is affecting us as a community of people. This is Civil Rights Movement 2.0, meaning that they're going to go further than where they are. They got to test the waters first. They know that everybody's not going for it. And they said, well, now we're messing with the other folks, the Caucasians. What about the black people? So they go after our folks. They go after our newscasters, our entertainers. They go after our business leaders. But I tell you this, all you got to do, folks, is we got to stand together and we got to continue to stand together and keep ourselves informed. I want to thank Brother Lee Mack, our co-host and our chief commentator, for coming in each and every day that we do. We come in and we try to give you some insightful information. Thank you to all of our listeners, whether you're listening on the radio or whether you're looking at television or both or what have you. We want to thank you all for being here. We got an interesting week coming. There's so much that we're going to be covering. We're going to be keeping our eyes on the latest developments on what's happening within our government and what's going on around about you, and any other breaking news that might come in. The MacMahon Morning Show is obligated to its listeners to inform you on what's happening. Good morning, grand rising to each and every one of you. And on this day, this is the 2nd of February. Y'all getting out and about. And there's still some schools here in the southern region that are closed. We're still dealing with some frigid temperatures. Please warm up. And I know that soon, I don't know whether they say the groundhog says, I don't believe it though. You know, they always be talking about the groundhog saw a shadow or something like that. What is it, 6 more months? 6 more weeks of this. I don't go by that. It ain't no furry creature that's going to tell God what to do if his shadow come out. That don't, all this old craziness. But anyway, Groundhog Day and all these other things. And, these things that they're trying to put up on us. I got a special announcement on tomorrow that I want to make. I've been wanting to make it for a long, long time. And I wanted our audience to kind of know where we feel. We all got families. We got people that we love. And, and it's hard to protect those that you love. There's much that you can't do. I know God does the protecting. But we got to be careful, especially with these threats that have been going out towards journalists trying to keep us quiet or spooking us. I'm not going to keep quiet. You can't do. Come on with it, because I know eventually we're going to get to a courtroom. You got to destroy the whole Constitution to stop what's going on. You got to stop us completely, and they're not going to do it. How you going to take the guns out of folks' hands and y'all put them on the street? Y'all gave everybody open carry, but you can't carry now since the rabbit got the gun. When the rabbit got the gun, I ain't even pointed it at the rabbit, but the rabbit got nervous and took out what they thought was a hunter or whatever the case may be. Y'all know where I'm going with that. But let me just inform you and let you know that don't lose hope. Things are going to be better. We just got to get people that know that what they need to do, they need to get busy doing it. Y'all know y'all need to get rid of this guy. We need to get rid of him and anything like him. Like I said, this is the McMahon Morning Show. We're going to be back here on tomorrow. Grand week, great week to everybody. I know that you're going to have a productive one. We're going to keep our eyes on the latest developments around the country. We're also in full swing of the primaries. We're asking everybody to please. Now, whoever you vote for, that's who you vote for. And I've taken a stance in this region that I've been not just disappointed, but there, as far as choices, I can't make your mind up for you. Even when we bring information to you to let you know what's going on, it's up to you to take that information. And I don't care who the person is or who they are. You can't, eventually somebody's going to see you hoodwinking. And the people that we're supposed to support, we don't even support. And I always bring up, I'm sorry, Diane, if I bring up your name all the time, but it really, in that sense, 96,000 votes this woman got. And the Democratic Party practically ignored her, and said, we don't want you, we want somebody else. We're not going to put, and it's just sad. This is the things that I'm talking about, Democratic Party, the things that they do, Republican Party, or whoever you are, all of you all that's trying to keep progression away from the people. How long do you want us to suffer? How long do we have to be the Negroes and the hood folks and the poor folks and the folks that don't have or not advancing? How long are we going to be deprived of that and not stand up, not in a physical way? I'm not saying go do nothing to nobody, but I mean just simply saying it's not happening to me anymore. I'm not going for it. We got to make up in our minds that we're going to take a stance. This is the McMahon Morning Show. We'll be back on tomorrow morning, and we'll keep you abreast. If we have to come on or something with breaking news, we will do that. We're doing our reconstruction here with our new network, Hot Talk Radio and Television Network that we have. We're getting ready to do the launch with our new network, and you're going to be seeing some brand new things here that are really going to be edifying for you, and that you're really going to like. Many other personalities from around the world will be joining us and giving us a perspective of what they think about America from the other side of the world. You need to hear another perspective. What do people really think about us right now after being the envy of the world? What do people really think about the United States? And we're going to talk about it. We're going to have guests that are going to be coming in and giving us their opinion about what is really going, because it's shocking a lot of people that America, the standard bearer for democracy, has gotten to this point. And eventually something like this had to happen to really show us where we really stand in the world. We got a bad world prominence. People in other countries don't think, they really think that we'd have lost our minds here, because this was the standard bearer for democracy. And it just seems like our democracy is leaving us, or we're not having the rights as citizens that we should have. So we got to keep our eyes on things, on what's going on. I'm going to give you a report on Harvey. We're going to be talking to some people and seeing what's going on there. They lost their mayor, and it has caused not a political crisis, but it has caused some people to they're jockeying for position. Some are, some aren't. But I hope and I pray that you all pick the leader for your city that will carry you forward. This is James Mack. I'll be back on tomorrow and give you all a brief. Not a brief, but to give you all the information in the news that is going to be coming around and coming across the news wires. We're watching Congress. We're watching this whole thing, but we're going to bring it to you each and every day. I'm James Mack. This is the McMahon Morning Show. We will see you on tomorrow. Let me leave you with our affirmation. Stop worrying about and crying about what has happened in the past, but just thank God for the future. You just know that the future is bright. Prophesy over that. Speak life. Speak good over your life, your family, over your situation, your business, your spouse, your affiliations, over your house or where you are. That we will overcome. We're gonna overcome. We ain't got to march like we used to. We ain't got to go like we used to. But We will overcome. God got his eyes on us. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. This is the Mac Man Show.
It's the Mac Man Morning Show. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. Sitting at home when you're in your car. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. No matter
Special announcement coming soon.
you better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mac Man Morning Show. 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 It's the Mac Man Morning Show.